Welcome to Southeast Asia English Business Program Fortune Express. I'm Visna, your host for today. Fortune Express launches the fourth episode of Innovation and Startup Special Series. This is the last episode and we will report in China Greater Bay Area. The Greater Bay Area consists of 9 cities in Guangdong and 2 special administrative regions, Hong Kong and Macau, with a total area of 56,000 square kilometers, 70 million of population, with a GDP that reached 1.51 trillion US dollars in 2018. These areas rank among the top in China in terms of economic openness and dynamism with the great potential, and also the landmark of China's innovation and startup. Hong Kong, being part of the Great Bay Area, is China's most internationalized metropolitan city, serves as the international financial trade and shipping center, attracts entrepreneurs around the world. Today, on our trip in Hong Kong, we had interview with Mr. Thomas Ho, CEO and co-founder of theDesk. That is the high-end co-working space in Hong Kong, redefining co-working office space through an inclusive community.
And then I found theDesk 3 years ago in Hong Kong. Yeah, theDesk is a co-working space. Okay, we start 3 years ago in Hong Kong. Our first site was in Taiwan, and now we have 4 sites in Hong Kong. Our latest site is in United Center, okay? So it's a very prime financial center in Hong Kong. And next month, we are going to launch our first site in China, okay? It's in Shanghai, in a very famous creative park in Shanghai, yeah. So now in Hong Kong, we have 4 sites, okay? The latest one, United Center, is the biggest site. Okay, we occupy 1 floor, about 30,000 square feet in this building. And altogether 4 sites, I think we have about 70,000 square feet in Hong Kong. And the new site in Shanghai, we have about 22,000 square feet. And total, I think we can accommodate more than 2,000 members. I follow my heart, and I think forming a co-working space, you have a very dynamic environment. Every day you can meet different entrepreneurs from different backgrounds, different industry, and I just love being around with them.
In the past, to evaluate the innovation and activity of a city, we should see how many Starbucks and science parks there are in the city. Now let's take a look at the city's innovation and vitality index and see how many of co-working office spaces there are. Sharing more office space means there are more young people in the city, more creative enterprises and talents, and more vitality. In a sense, co-working office space has represented the potential of economic innovation in the future. This is also applicable in Hong Kong. Nowadays, there are more than 100 co-working space brands in Hong Kong, and world-famous giants also came to Hong Kong, such as WeWork, the Hive Central, theDesk Hong Kong, Metropolitan Workshop, U-Commune, etc. How about the development of co-working space in Hong Kong? What's the secret of running a successful space in a competitive environment? How was his perspective and comments on the innovation and startup environment in Hong Kong?
You know that in the whole co-working industry, it's extremely competitive. Why theDesk can still grow our business so fast, and in fact, every site we make profit. Okay, we are sustainable business. So I think it's about our positioning. Okay, so I think U.S. and Asia is very different. Okay, and theDesk we position well in Asia. So you see this industry, you have 2 very important stakeholders. One is your landlord, right? Another one is your members. And in Asia, the landlord dominate all the prime business location. You need to convince them, you add value to their business, add value to their properties. So theDesk unique value proposition is inclusive community. We not only build our community inside our space, we also connect with our neighborhood. For example, in this space, we also connect with the tenants in this building. So that means you add value to the landlord, add value, add you build a community for them, you connect the people so they can have higher yield and then higher property value. So this partnership relationship with the landlord, I think, is crucial for you to develop your business in Asia. And on the other hand, I think Asia, a lot of co-working space, they put a lot of focus on the startup or freelancer. But in Asia, the market, I think, is very different. So the desk, we emphasize that our white canvas, people add the color. So in this interior design, our product is a bit different from other co-working space. So a lot of co-working spaces, they add a lot of lifestyle element, okay, make the space very chill, very playful, and then they try to attract a lot of early startup or very young generation. But the product of the desk, I think we attract more seasoned entrepreneur. They may be more experienced, okay? So this market position, I think, is very crucial because in Asia, the startup ecosystem is not that mature compared with US, okay? And also, you need to face the competition from the government because government also give a lot of subsidies, a lot of cheap space to attract those early startup, okay? So it's difficult if you only position yourself in the early startup market. Your demand is not as strong as US, but the supply, you are facing competition from the government. So for example, in Hong Kong, Science Park, Cyberport, they also offer a lot of spaces to those early startup. So I think the position is also very important. And the last thing, most important, is our team DNA. So a lot of co-working spaces, I think their background is from real estate or hospitality. So, but our team, firstly, is very international. Second, our team is very community mindset, okay? So what is community? It's very different from services. Services is you provide service, you have direct relationship with your customers, and you make your customers feel that they are prestigious, okay, they are happy. But if you build a community, you are equal. And also you try to connect your members with each other, and they add value for each other. So it's very different mindset. Yeah, so the feel you come to the desk, you feel that you focus to work, and we treat you as a human beings, and we try to connect you with variable connection. Yeah, I think our membership base, as I told you, is a little bit more experienced, okay? So they are not that young, and they are very international. Among our members, I think more than 50% they are foreigners. So it's a very international mindset at the desk. So I will treat the desk members as a global citizen. They treat themselves as global citizen, and also they share the inclusive community mindset, okay? They are willing to interact with different people, and also they are willing to share their knowledge, their network, they are willing to collaborate. So I think we are all like-minded people at the desk. So a lot of individual small players in Hong Kong. And why? I think a lot of Hong Kong people, they like real estate. They like to invest in property, okay? And it seems that co-working is a good way for them to increase their rental yield. So a lot of property owners, they just transform their space into a co-working space, and then they try to earn higher yield initially, but now they know that it's not that easy as you expect. So I would expect in the future few years, the number of co-working space will decrease, but the operator will decrease. But I still think it's only a beginning of a big trend. In Hong Kong now, the total supply of co-working spaces is about 2 million square feet. But the total supply of office market, including those factory, is about 270 million square feet. So it's less than 1% of office space is for co-working. So I still believe that the big trend is just starting, but the market will consolidate it, okay? So in the future, there will maybe only big players, they will still develop this business, yeah. And also, I still believe that there is a big room for creativity of co-working. You need to try different new ideas, and in fact, we are trying. Yeah, I think last few years, Hong Kong government put a lot of effort on promoting entrepreneurship in Hong Kong, and also they spare some new funding to support those startups in Hong Kong. And it seems the startup environment in Hong Kong is become more popular. But compared with US, okay, I think Hong Kong startup environment is still not very mature. And a lot of startups, they complain that they can't get the funding, okay? It's difficult to get funding in Hong Kong. I think Hong Kong should position itself as an international platform, okay? Hong Kong people may not be that entrepreneurial, okay, in their education, their bring up. I think Hong Kong is good for training those professionals, but Hong Kong is a good platform to attract Asian or international entrepreneur, okay, to develop their business, to start up their business in Hong Kong. And I think the government can do more about the regulatory framework, okay, instead of babysitting those startups in Hong Kong, because I think if you to protect them, okay, they are not facing the real competition. And after a few years of your protection, when they need to face the real market, they find out that it's a different story. So it wastes your time, it wastes government money. And so my view is government should put more resources on how to make the regulatory framework more adaptable to the new technology. So make the market, for example, in the fintech, okay, Hong Kong has big advantage to develop fintech business, but how about the regulatory environment to in line with those new technology? I think this part Hong Kong government should put more resources. Yeah, our ambition is we want to be a dominant player in Asia, okay? So Hong Kong is our first market. I think it's very important to develop your market in an international city, okay? And then, as I said, next month we will have our strategic presence in Shanghai. Why? Because Shanghai is the most international city in China, okay? So definitely we are very optimistic about the future of Asia, okay? I think global economy, the future driver is Asia, okay? And I believe that China is transforming itself, so I'm still optimistic about China, even though there is a bit tension between China and US. And I believe that China will open up its market stage by stage in its own pace.
The coworking space in Hong Kong not only attracts startup companies, but also attract mature international companies. We have interviewed with the general manager of Clifton Global Venue, established in Australia in 1997. Why Hong Kong is chosen, why the desk is chosen as the working place.
My name is Leslie Tomlinson. I am the general manager of Clifton's Global Venues. Clifton's is a global event management company. Certainly, Clifton's was established in Australia in 1997. We manage event venues across Asia Pacific, and we opened a Hong Kong office to help to expand our business into Europe and the US. We see Hong Kong as an excellent location to attack the Southeast Asian market as well as Europe and the US. We chose this co-working space because of the environment in terms of we can have an office here, and we also have event space available for our clients. a very large event space here. To run a company in Hong Kong, it's very simple. There is no restrictions around setting up a business, and the amount of people that you can meet in Hong Kong, similar to you, is phenomenal.
How do you think about Southeast Asia?
Southeast Asia, in terms of a business market for us, is very important. Again, another reason for being in Hong Kong is that we're on the same time zone as everybody around the region, so the Asian region and Asia Pacific. So it's a very important market for us. We have many partners and many clients in Southeast Asia. So our largest market in Southeast Asia is India. Obviously Malaysia, Thailand. We've also done many businesses in Myanmar. Pretty much every country in Southeast Asia, we have arranged events and hosted events for our clients, either based in Australia or clients based in the US and also based here in Hong Kong. Of course, if we feel that the market, it's easier to attack that market locally. So being based in Bangkok or based in Kuala Lumpur, to have a co-working space there, certainly we would definitely look into that. But at present, we find it beneficial to be hosted here in Hong Kong.
At present, the number of startups in Hong Kong has increased by more than 1,500 to around 2,500 compared with the last 5 years. The number of employees has increased more than double, up to around 9,000, and the total amount of venture capital has enlarged by more than 12 times to $17.8 billion Hong Kong. Let's have a look at the special interview with Hong Kong young entrepreneur Mr. Woody Tong, co-founder and CEO CODECO, that has been matching household with quality contractors and designers since 2013 with technology and a professional team. Since the establishment, CODECO helped more than 1,400 property owners the completion of their renovation over the past few years, with a total project cost about 200 million Hong Kong dollars. How does the young Hong Kong startups company think about the startup and their plan in the future? How they comment on the startup environment in Hong Kong?
Yes, this is Woody from CODECO, and I'm the CEO, and we've been starting CODECO since 2013, and now we are the biggest home renovation platform in Hong Kong. In last year, we have been doing a total project sum over 120 million, and our cumulative project sum is more than 260 million. So we look forward to be leading the industry with more innovation and more technology know-how. We are now working with more than 100 contractor team, and we are doing more than 200 projects at the same time. And so far, we have served more than 1,400 customers successfully over the past few years. The startup environment is getting better and better, especially after the government announced their support properly, and there are more funding available in the market, and like matching fund and like the CSR fund. There is also the Alibaba Entrepreneur Fund. So the environment is getting really better, and there are a lot more angel investors willing to invest their money in startups. So I think it's the best time to be your own boss and do what you really feel excited. In short term, we would like to secure Hong Kong market and target 10% market share. And at the same time, we are the pioneer in developing the renovation standards in Hong Kong, including the quotation, the work schedule, the craftsmanship, and the materials. We kind of regulate every single item in the whole process. And in the long run, we would like to spread this methodology over Asian countries, including Malaysia, Cambodia, Thailand, and Taiwan, and Singapore. And for all kind of places that require a contractor, they would experience the same pain point and headaches, and we would like to solve the nightmare everywhere.
Meanwhile, Shenzhen is a famous city among Greater Bay Area that is the innovation center of China. Tencent is a famous company in the world, known as an internet-based technology and cultural enterprise, headquartered in Shenzhen and founded in 1998. Tencent V-Start Co-working Space is a creative hub supported by Tencent and a network industry stakeholder. Tencent provide entrepreneurs in digital and entertainment with co-working spaces, knowledge, networking opportunity, resources, and funding to expand and support startup ecosystem by connecting regional startup, investor, and corporates. U2Mini offering Tencent Restart could also attract Cheer Travel, that is service provider dedicated to providing high-end customized travel to top companies and families around the world. Why this travel company chose Tencent co-working space, and what can the Tencent co-working space provide them?
Why we choose Tencent co-working space? First is the wide coverage. Because Tencent co-working space, they have landing on 25 cities throughout the country. And second, they have one-stop service such as law and tax and other business service. And the third is, I think they can help us to on the financial achievement more efficiently. I think the big advantage is the Tencent co-working space. They always to hold the meeting to invite the entrepreneurship tutor to share their experience and to help the other startups companies CEO to upgrade their cognition. And during the meeting, they can also have another advantage is to increase the brand awareness and the invisibility. And also they can communicate with each other and grow up with each other. I think there are lots of startups companies will choose the Tencent because Tencent co-working space belongs to Tencent Group, and they have the venture investors resources. I think for this part, we can discuss with Michelle Yan later, because every day she needs to meet lots of different kinds of investors.
Via our interview, we found out that most of the company's headquarters, which located in Greater Bay Area, Hong Kong, want to expand their business to Southeast Asia. Why? What are they thinking of this area? What is the potential of this market? Let's have a look.
Hi, I'm Ben, Executive Director of CODECO. So basically, we have an expansion plan in ASEAN countries, including Cambodia, Malaysia. Definitely, these ASEAN countries are one of our targeted expansion city. Like for example, why we would like to expand our business in ASEAN is because the population in ASEAN definitely is much bigger than in Hong Kong. And then as a Hong Kong startup, like countries in Taiwan, in Malaysia, or even in Thailand, Bangkok, they always think that Hong Kong companies are one of the model that they would trust on. For example, now we are doing very well in Hong Kong. And then the second stepping stone definitely is ASEAN, because these countries always look up on Hong Kong startup companies. Yeah. So yes, Cambodia is also one of our country that we want to expand on. Why? The reason is because Cambodia property development is in boost era. So definitely many new homes will be completed in coming few years. Once those condos is completed, definitely those owners need a place, need a contractor to build up and decorate.
Southeast Asia get a big opportunity because a lot of international business, they know that Asia is the future, but they also want to mitigate their risk. Okay, so they will put more resources in Asia instead of only in China. Okay, so this will create a lot of opportunity for Asian cities. So I think Cambodia, I think Indonesia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Thailand, they are all very good prospects. Okay, so we love Asia.
For me, main reason I want to go to South Asia is because the view is beautiful because it's not hot. It's like a summer place. It's very warm, and they have a beautiful sunshine and beach, and you can do a lot of things with the water. About our company is Cherry Travel Company, and we providing for the professional travel agent service. Our main marketing is facing to the South Asia, but not limited to the South Asia, also to Europe, to America, and to maybe in the future to South Africa also.
PPC Bank, which is a commercial bank, has signed agreements with International Finance Corporation, a member of the World Bank Group, on 7 June 2019 to offer an SME risk-sharing facility as well as SME banking industry services in order to expand access to funds and financial options for very small enterprise, small and medium enterprises, and women-owned SMEs in Cambodia, with the ultimate goal is to drive financial inclusions, facilitate growth, and create jobs. Shin Chang-moo, president of PPC Bank, said that these entrepreneurs have real potential to impact Cambodia's future growth. PPC Bank is committed to providing them with the right financial and funding solution to empower and enable them to grow their businesses, create jobs, and have every opportunity to participate in the economic engine that is building Cambodia today. He also added that expanding financial inclusion and opening opportunity for small businesses help people prosper and not only build their businesses but also build financially secure and stable lives for themselves and their families. Regional Director of International Finance Corporation, Mr. Vivek Pathak, hoping that this program will create more opportunity for SMEs in Cambodia. The risk-sharing facility will allow PPC Bank to better serve its existing customers, grow and expand new business, and further drive economic growth and development in Cambodia. SMEs are a significant source of growth, jobs, and innovation in Cambodia, and in order for them to succeed, they need to have access to sufficient financing options and source of funds. The IFC risk-sharing facility is used to cover loans extended to very small enterprises, small and medium enterprises, and women-owned, reducing the risk, while at the same time allowing PPC Bank to serve more customers and support their business growth. Arnett Property Cambodia has launched a platform for Business Alliance of Cambodia on 15 June 2019 under the theme A Joint Future in Phnom Penh. This platform allows the Business Alliance to discuss the current situation of the Cambodian economy and the potential development in the future. Mr. Wang Ji-hao, CEO of Arnett Property Cambodia, say that the Cambodia's economy has grown steadily in almost every sector, as RNF has been on this market for the last 2 years and has received strong support from local and foreign customers. He added that the Bore RNF and the RNF for You project are not only for the first achievement in Cambodia but also a high-standard project. The launch of Business Alliance Cambodia is linked with the needs of the Cambodia's economic development and the establishment of an eco-economic system that allow all successful joint venture businessmen to contribute to the sustainable economic development of Cambodia. RNF Cambodia will also plan to organize an economic and market forum regularly to lead business operators to exchange information with each other in order to maximize the number of business and strengthen the financial bond in Phnom Penh. RNF Property Cambodia will also plan to organize an economic and market forum regularly to lead business operators to exchange information with each other in order to maximize the number of business and strengthen the finance in Phnom Penh. Thanks for staying with us. The full episode of Fortune Express Special Report on Innovation and Startup has now come to an end. We hope that our program will promote and help contribute to the better understanding of the Southeast Asia, Great Bay, Beijing, and their benefits of innovative ecology of the Great Bay Area, Southeast Asia, and even the world. The next special report will be Dream in Cambodia to report the expat, entrepreneurs, and stars in Cambodia. Goodbye for now.